Okay, to place a toilet in here on the end, we know that it fits here between 8 and 12. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But we know there's not 4 feet in there, so I'm going to divide this in half again this way. Get myself a 10, so that's actually the end of the wall there. I want to put a toilet. I don't know, maybe I need about 4 feet for a toilet. Probably need at least 3. Alright, so I'm going to center it on that 10. I'm going to make the back of the toilet 30 inches high. So here's 24, here's 36. So I'm going to go about 6 inches up from that. I'm pulling out from vanishing point right because my floor goes to vanishing point right. So there's my toilet height. So I need to get high enough. I'm going to go this way and that way. So I've got about 2 feet wide on my tank. The seat I know is 1.5 feet. So I go 1.5 feet. It's the same height as this tub. I'm going to bring that back down. And then in from the right, or sorry, in from the left vanishing point to the top in the corner. To create something here. So now I've got my tank. Made a mistake there. I just went ahead and did the correct line. Then when I shade it, I'm going to shade to the correct line, and the other line's not going to be so visible. Divide that tank in half. And then come away from vanishing point left to understand the plane of the seat that's coming out this direction. I want it to go a little less than this 3. So I'm coming here, the halfway point, and up and out. So this is where I want my toilet seat to sit. Probably need to go a little longer than that. I'm going to come out to about here. So you can see here the plane that I've made for the toilet seat, and this is going to be the box, the bounding box. All right, I want a horizontal ellipse here. When we look down on the toilet, we have a round circle that relates to a square that comes tangent to the circle and goes back to the tank. Every circle in perspective becomes an ellipse. Therefore, I'm going to draw an ellipse here that's horizontal. Then I'm going to connect these tangent lines towards vanishing point left as they come into the tank. So the seat of my toilet's going to come away from vanishing point left, around that ellipse, and sharply back to vanishing point left like that. The bottom of the tank is going to be related to a sphere. So this under part is going to be rounded like so. And then if I have a foot on the floor that sits like this, in sort of a circular kind of motion on the floor. Then I'm going to come back down here to the floor where this hits. I'm going to draw through the center of that and horizontally an ellipse here, and then something like so. So I am sketching with my pencil. I'm sort of feeling my way out and around these objects. And then once I understand it, I'm coming in with my pen to sort of draw those things in and understand. How they work. Okay. I'm actually going to trace this ellipse because that looks sort of like a seat cover there. You can look at toilets in magazines and things like that and draw more interesting and all that kind of thing if you want to. All right, I just need to add in some details. A door over here. When I put my shower in there, I'm coming away from vanishing point left because the wall relates to vanishing point right. I'm putting the ellipse of the shower head at a horizontal. And I'm putting the drain in at a horizontal in the center. Because it sits on horizontal surface, that ellipse must align to a horizontal there. If I put in a carpet, I want it to relate to vanishing point right and vanishing point left as the floor does. When I get to the point of this door, I'm going to have to push this back towards vanishing point a little bit because in my floor plan, we came back another 2 feet this way. So what I've got drawn in is this line, this dotted line across here, and I need to jog that back. So I'm going to come here, and if this comes out 2 feet this way, I'm going to pull this back about 2 feet this way. Now 2 feet back here is going to be less than 2 feet up there, so I'm going to jump forward just a little bit. It's okay because I'm sketching, I'm not measuring exactly, I'm just going to say it's important that things get smaller as they go back. Now from this point I can come away from vanishing point left, create what I think will be the back of that room. Here I've got 12 and here I've got 16, so I'm going to X that off so I can find 14, because that's where my closet comes in. So that's the inside of my closet. I'm going to put the door now in between here. I'm just going to come in what I think is about 3 inches on either side. Come up. 7's going to be, if I come 7 here, away from vanishing point left, that's this wall out here. I need to now come back when I turn the corner towards vanishing point right until I hit this wall. So I'm walking this way, then towards vanishing point right till I hit this wall right here, and then again away from vanishing point left. So that's the height of my 7. This is actually the height of my wall. the end. I'm going to extend this wall back. Door. Too slow, see how wobbly that got? Point up here that I'm aiming for. Gotta just draw to it. I'm not going to measure around this way. I could take 3 feet and come this direction down. In fact, there's a cabinet right there. And then come this direction up, and then come this direction down, and say my 3 foot's there. I also could just take this and say if this is 7, and half of that's 3.5, and the 3 I'm just going to knock down a little bit so it looks proportional. And now that my doorknob sits here. Closet's going to come out like this. Some people would not draw through this wall. Some folks would actually, if you're going to hang a nice piece of artwork or something here, you could take that and draw the artwork in. Again, this wall goes away from vanishing point right, so you want it to sit probably about right here. And that would tell my client that I had something framed and hanging there if I wanted to go over top of it and do something like that. I'm going to take a Staedtler eraser and take the pencil out of this so that I can do marker drawing over it for next week. Because if I go markers over my pencil, I'm going to get kind of a muddiness that I don't want. Looks like I went too soon in here. I'm losing all of my ceiling lines in the bathroom. I need to make little marks here that show my vanishing point right, vanishing point left, and my horizon line, so that as I'm drawing in later, I can see it. Those of you who are doing this for a grade, I need to see that so that I can give you a grade on that, but it's really for you to know where your eye level is in here. So that when you pass it, you can start dropping or you can start rising according to what's supposed to happen there.